Hey everyone, welcome back to PodBites, where we break down complex medical topics into bite-sized pieces, perfect for your commute, coffee break, or whenever curiosity calls. I'm your host for the day, Tala, and today I'm joined by...
Hey everyone!
Wait, I'm the voice actor, Nour. Who are you?
No, I am. Me, Lana. They sent me the email. What are you?
Ladies, settle down. Take a chill pill, or a chill pear if you will. You're both voice actors for today. Today we're trying something new. The first ever trio episode. We love our voice actors so much, we just had to have more of them.
I was wondering why she followed me into the recording studio.
I thought I was dreaming. On that note, today's episode features one of my all-time favorite things.
A thing we spend 1/3 of our lives doing.
I think we're getting much more of during the month of Ramadan. Sleep. Specifically, sleep disorders. A full-blown biochemical symphony. So why don't we build this from the ground up?
So sleep has...
Right, this is going to need some getting used to. Lana, ladies first.
Why, thank you, Nour. So sleep has 4 stages. We got stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and REM sleep. Those first 3 stages are called non-REM sleep. The 3 stages are also called N1, N2, and 3.
REM stands for rapid eye movement, and each of these cycles lasts about 90 minutes, repeating itself over and over until your alarm wakes you up and you're forced to face
The
horrors.
Okay, quick question. If we want to actually study sleep, do we just watch someone sleep?
Please say no.
Yeah, that would be creepy and useless.
Exactly. So what do we do instead?
A polysomnography.
Which is basically a full sleep study.
Right, it continuously records brain waves, muscle activity, and nerve signals while someone sleeps.
And sometimes we add another test. What is it called again?
The Multiple Sleep Latency Test, MSLT.
That's the one where you check how fast someone falls asleep and enters different stages.
All right, now let's discuss the different waves you can see on an EEG, starting with when you're awake and alert, which we hope our listeners are right now. The EEG waveform shows beta waves. When you're awake but tired, it also shows alpha waves. Tala, can you tell us what happens next?
Okay, so once we sleep, that's the first stage. We drift off, our eyelids close, thoughts fade away, even that sudden jerk that feels like you're falling. We see theta waves here. I think Nour should explain the next stage.
Sure thing. The second stage is deeper. Here, it's harder to wake up. We see sleep spindles and K complexes on an EEG.
Lastly, the third stage is the crown jewel. This is the sleep that makes you feel like you actually slept. It's deep and restorative. We see delta waves.
I think this is the stage where pulse slows, breathing does as well, and growth hormone gets released. So remember to tell your younger siblings to get enough sleep to grow.
Exactly. Also, the body repairs itself. It also consolidates memories, like we saw happen in the extremely psychologically accurate Pixar movie, Inside Out.
Life truly would be better had we had a few more joys dancing around the brain. REM state is the dream state. The brain is extremely active, the body is totally paralyzed, the heart rate, blood pressure, and respiratory rate all shoot up. Beta waves are seen here, just like the ones you see when someone is awake and alert. And this is where dreams come in. You know, yesterday I had the weirdest dream. A bear was chasing me. Why are dreams so bizarre?
I'm not sure, Tala, but I do know that during REM, the limbic system, which is the emotion center, is very active, and the prefrontal cortex, also known as the logic zone, is quiet. So you have emotion without logic, and that's why you accept nonsense as reality in dreams.
So in a sense, REM acts as a way to process emotion and memory as well.
Yeah, REM sleep consolidates procedural memory, things like riding a bike, cooking, knitting, all those fun skills. Lana, can you ride a bike?
Well, not right now with my ACL injury. But stage 3 sleep consolidates declarative memory, so things like facts, studying.
So if you're listening to this past 11 p.m., you're sabotaging your ability to recall whatever Nour said earlier.
Exactly. Deep sleep transfers memories from the hippocampus to long-term storage.
So let's talk about some of the control systems. In the hypothalamus, we have a structure called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, or the SCN.
That is the master clock. Light hits your retina, it signals the SCN, and the SCN keeps you awake. Darkness causes the pineal gland to release melatonin. The sleep gate opens and you conk out. So basically, it controls circadian rhythm.
Hence why scrolling on your phone at midnight messes your sleep. It activates your SCN, so you're basically telling your brain it's daytime.
And after that all-nighter, you go and chug a few cups of coffee. What's the effect of that on sleep, Noor?
Throughout the day, the brain builds up adenosine. Adenosine causes sleep pressure, so the longer you're awake, the more adenosine, the stronger the drive to sleep. Caffeine goes and blocks adenosine receptors so you feel less sleepy. Though you didn't remove that sleep pressure, you just postponed it.
I'd imagine that's also why naps ruin sleep at night. If they're long enough to reduce that adenosine buildup, we need roughly 14 hours of wakefulness to build enough sleep drive.
We also need to remember orexin, also called hypocretin, which is a neuropeptide produced in the lateral hypothalamus that stabilizes wakefulness, activates arousal systems like norepinephrine and histamine, and prevents sudden transmissions into REM sleep.
When orexin neurons are lost, as in narcolepsy, patients experience sleep attacks and cataplexy. We'll touch more on that later in the episode, so stay tuned.
Alright, quick question for the audience before we head to everything that could go wrong with all of this. A 21-year-old medical student stays awake studying until 2 a.m. while drinking multiple cups of coffee. The next day, she reports feeling alert at night but struggles with memory recall. Which of the following best explains the neurophysiologic mechanism involved? A. Caffeine increases melatonin secretion from the pineal gland. B. Caffeine enhances adenosine binding. C. Caffeine blocks adenosine receptors. D. Caffeine stimulates orexin production, inducing REM sleep. E. Caffeine increases delta wave activity in stage 3 sleep.
That case sounds too familiar for my liking. The answer is C. Caffeine blocks adenosine receptors, postponing sleep drive. Alright, now on to the meat of our discussion, sleep disorders.
The most common being insomnia. We've all heard of it.
It's a debilitating condition, really. The DSM-5 defines it as difficulty falling asleep, difficulty staying asleep, dissatisfaction with sleep quality, all causing impairment and persisting for 1 week.
Some causes include anxiety, caffeine, alcohol, circadian disruption, neurodegenerative diseases, and poor sleep hygiene.
Oh yeah, I love taking a bath before bed.
Well, sure, that helps with sleep, yes, but that's not what I mean by sleep hygiene. It consists of daily habits and environmental factors that promote consistent, uninterrupted, high-quality sleep, such as maintaining a strict schedule, optimizing the bedroom for comfort, and avoiding stimulants.
Wait, Noor, but doesn't alcohol make people sleepy?
Well, kind of, Lana. It reduces deep sleep and REM quality, though. So some people may fall asleep faster, but they end up aging faster because you're losing restorative sleep.
Now let's move on to another sleep disorder, obstructive sleep apnea. This one's very high yield.
So, obstructive sleep apnea, also known as OSA, is a common serious disorder where breathing repeatedly stops and starts during sleep due to throat muscles relaxing and blocking the airway. Usually, we see this in middle-aged people, obese people, and those with larger neck circumferences.
So when they fall asleep, muscles relax, the tongue collapses backwards, and the airway gets obstructed.
And when they stop breathing, oxygen drops, CO2 rises, the brain panics, and wakes the person up.
Are there any symptoms and long-term risks? I'd imagine the cycle over and over again cannot bode well in the long run.
Symptoms are usually loud snoring, morning headaches, and daytime fatigue. We also see irritability and memory loss.
For long-term risks, we can see hypertension, stroke, and cardiovascular disease, all of which because REM increases heart stress. With these patients, we recommend a CPAP machine or a continuous positive airway pressure device when they sleep.
Whoosh!
So depression has a big role in sleep.
It definitely does, Noor. In depression, we see a reduction in stage 3 sleep, as well as fragmented REM. All can result in poor neuroplasticity, causing less deep sleep leading to less growth hormone and ultimately more long-term physical consequences.
Most patients presenting with depression also have complaints about their sleep. Sleep disturbances are actually one of the DSM-5 criteria for depression.
And now moving on to sleep paralysis. It's pretty terrifying, really. Your body's in REM, but the brain is wide awake. It's a temporary inability to move or speak despite being fully awake.
It's important to note that this isn't harmful, it's just scary. Selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors can help those who get this over and over again though. As for sleepwalking, it's classified as parasomnia, a behavior that happens during sleep that is unwanted. It usually happens in non-REM, as in REM, we're immobile. Usually it happens during N3.
Night terrors are another terrifying ordeal. They also happen in deep N3 sleep. You can wake up screaming, sweating, with your heart racing too. It happens in the first 2 to 3 hours of sleep. You know, guys, a lot of people confuse them with nightmares. Tala, how can we differentiate?
Glad you asked the super high yield question. So, nightmares occur during REM.
Remember that sleep terror, sleepwalking, and even enuresis all happen during the N3 deep sleep. Nightmares? REM.
Now for narcolepsy, a condition characterized by hallucinations, insomnia, and cataplexy, and excessive daytime sleepiness.
What's cataplexy?
Well, Tala, it's attacks where you fall to the ground straight into REM sleep. Pretty dangerous if you ask me. The main issue behind it is the lack of orexin, which usually helps us stay awake and alert.
Interestingly enough, it is an autoimmune disorder. Orexin-producing brain cells get attacked by our own antibodies.
And what's the treatment?
Usually a stimulant, like methylphenidate. The next condition we will talk about is restless legs syndrome. I love it when a condition's name is very straightforward.
I know, right? It's uncomfortable leg sensations that occur right before sleep, causing an irresistible urge to move the legs.
It's idiopathic, meaning we don't know its cause really. It can also be secondary to pregnancy, uremia, and anemia.
And the treatment is a drug called Requip, also known as gabapentin.
Okay, I'm getting sleepy. How about a question to really stimulate those nerves? A 48-year-old obese man presents with excessive daytime fatigue and morning headaches. His wife reports loud snoring and repeated episodes where he stops breathing during sleep. He is irritable and has difficulty concentrating at work. Which of the following best explains the mechanism responsible for his long-term cardiovascular risk? A. Loss of orexin neurons causing sudden REM transitions. B. Repeated airway obstruction leading to hypoxia and sympathetic activation. C. Increased delta wave activity during N3 sleep. D. Excess melatonin secretion during the night. E. Prolonged REM sleep causing growth hormone deficiency.
And the answer is B. Repeated airway obstruction leading to hypoxia and sympathetic activation.
And that is a wrap on today's episode on sleep disorders.
To sum up, sleep is a memory consolidator, a hormone regulator, an immune enhancer, a cardiovascular modulator, and a neuroplasticity amplifier.
Deep sleep builds you, REM refines you, the circadian rhythm guides you, and adenosine drives you.
And light controls everything. So let's head on to bed early now. Thanks for listening. Stay healthy, stay hydrated, and have some pear and chamomile tea. It actually helps you sleep.
And that's a wrap on the first ever trio episode.
مع السلامة.
Goodbye.
Choose!
Have that on recording. Oh, okay. Yeah, on three, everyone say Yahya is a dictator. Ready, Lana?
1, 2, 3.
Yahya is a dictator.
I like this. I'm doing an episode every day. Later.
Okay.
بيطلع الحمصة معي بعد وقت.
No, Lana is just like, no, she's whitewashed, like that.
يلا بدنا نكمل يا جماعة.
Strike.
لانا المفروض هلأ بالبيت.
A 48-year-old obese man presents with excessive daytime fatigue and morning headaches. His weight... Obese. Okay.
Obese. You're like obese.
Okay. Choose.
مع السلامة.
Choose is bye.
Goodbye.
مع
Welcome
السلامة.
back, Yahya.
Goodbye. Choose.
Okay.
Okay. مع السلامة. Goodbye. Choose.
Okay.